So I've played a little bit of the Dark Descent just to get a feel for it. I've already seen a few people play it all the way through before, just like anybody has when around this came out. Um, I've seen people play, the Dark Descent, Justine, and I'm a Sheep for Pigs, but I've never experienced playing them. So I'm gonna start a new game.
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am Daniel.
And that was the sound of Daniel falling down. I had to rearrange my seat because there was a glare on my TV. It's better. Forgot to mention I got a new headset. I think it's gonna be a bit better than the one I had. Oh, come on, open the door. Man, it's really hard to see. Because I'm not sitting so close to the TV. Okay. Here. No, that's better. Tinderbox. Yep. I'm really not at a good angle here. Ooh. Some wind. So scary. See what was in here? Tinderbox. Grab it. Grab it. Okay. There's a fireplace. I don't think there's anything else in here. A little bit faster. Come on. Faster. Close it. There we go. Anything in here? Yeah, right. Hold on. Sorry, had to turn the light off. There was too much glare because this game is so dark. I had to just rearranging my chair. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Yep, my good. Hold on. Actually, that's better. Actually, I don't know why I was so low. It's a little better, not too much. Oh no. farthest I got was past the water. I think I got past the water area. So yes, I've experienced the water monster. And why when I walk in here, it brings my sanity down. What about down here? There's something down here. Is there not? Okay, that's better. Nope. Better get out of here. Come on. How do I... Sorry. Okay, square. Okay. Okay, great.
"19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him. Your former self, Daniel.
It's be a fun adventure. Not really. Any more supplements? Nope. Hello. Comment person.
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brennenburg.
I don't. How could I not? How do I not remember you? I remember there being something somewhere in the corner of some. Oh, there's a tinderbox. There it is. I remember you. Taylor told me who you were. I was just messing with you. See, how do I? Okay. Run. See, you can't go down there. Which way was it? So are you enjoying the stream or are you thoroughly freaked out? What is my sanity at? Sanity. A slight headache. Well, that sounds good. Lovely. More oil.
There should be more coop racks. Let me see. And one part aqua force.
Bright light. This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. Former compounds lack the potency I need, but I sense I'm close. Calamine and orpiment are a given, and the cuprite binds them well. This time I will attempt Aqua Regia instead of Aqua Fortis and hope it will produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acid and proves impractical to put any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. Day I'll return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I am able to think of you and long for a life together. I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them. They lust for power without restraint. For I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. Water monster. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can and move them to the wine cellar. Oh, no, I wanted to open it. But that didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. Done all I can down here for now. Gotta go look around and find the things I need. This game is so atmospheric. Okay. Good thing we don't have to go down there right now. I came in through there. Down there. The door is barred shut. Through here. But not down there. Okay. I think I know where this place is. I think I remember. Quite unfortunately fond. Nope. I choose no. Still got a slight headache.
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought, and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Didn't work out quite well for you, did it there? Close this. Come on, okay. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brunenburg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years, and my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brunenburg, is to recommend my services at the Prussian royal court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break the seal. Wilhelm, House of Garrick. No. None of that. Whoa. Close it. What? There we go.
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail
right
me
now,
if I
the
linger.
objective is to find
Today,
someone and kill
I
them.
took some men and ventured into the
You
dark,
have to make your way
ancient
through the
passage we
castle
uncovered.
and find them.
Our torches
while
burned
avoiding
faintly in the
monsters.
murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
So how'd you get out of that situation? Well, heard piano playing. Time to go to investigate. Even if I don't want to. Oh boy. Oh, okay, that's where I came in. Hmm. Man, this game is so tense. Everything's in your ear. Trying not to go insane. Jeez. What the?
17th of May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry.
Another
The
dimension.
next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
Oh my goodness, I need some sanity.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wars. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
I forget how to do this, but there's a switch I have to pull, I think. Something out here, maybe? Ah.
You have to be swift. when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Oh, wrong button. Altstadt and Brandenburg Castle, 1801. Another region rich with lore is Altstadt, deep within the East Prussian woods. For centuries there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brandenburg. The quiet, forest-clad mountains dressed with scattered lakes, is as picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversation, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tales, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers as they seem to follow some mission to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks dragged behind them which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Altstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Altstadt, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited a sleeping hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? The Immortal Baron. The Baron of Brandenburg lives a reclusive life with his family at his castle nearby Altstadt, and like most those of noble birth, rumors are inherited alongside with the title. Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands, claimed the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remained popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle along with the great leaders of this country. Okay. Let's see. Books. That one? Not that one. Okay, over there, here, and here. I gotta push it in. Oh no, I gotta pull it out. Come on. Can I turn that on? No, but I can light this. Key. Da-da! Jesus. Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brandenburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave or they will starve. Whatever comes first, they can rot for all I care. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would in a sense solve both of my problems. Oh, it would solve your problems like you wouldn't believe. No. Nope. Out. Outie. Ah. Oh, God. Well, I'm not going down there. Ah, God. Do I have good health? I'm good. Didn't seem like it, though. Wrong way. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Much oil. Ooh.
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
Is there something? No. Let's see. Okay, so I just went in here. Trying, but I can't see. Head is pounding and hands are shaking. Okay, I need to get through here. Okay, now I gotta go this way. Well,
What's happening? Oh, feels like my chest is going to burst. Oh,
My God! Wilhelm, do something!
accept it. We're not getting out of here alive.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
well, looks like his chest did burst. My name is Wilhelm, House of Garrick. These are my final words, my confession and testament. 2 years ago, I was summoned to the castle of Brandenburg as most of the aristocracy. I was curious about what the supposed knight of the order could want from me, and accepted the invitation. The Baron was friendly and offered me a proposition. It dawned on me that the nature of the contract was sordid, and that the reason I was chosen was because of the follies of my past, and not the honors I've been rewarded with during my time as a soldier. I was to kidnap healthy humans upon his slightest whim, and do so without asking questions. In return, he would attest to my character at the royal court, advancing my position within noble society. I would like to claim that I struggled with my decision, but it came swiftly and I accepted wholeheartedly. Ever since that day, I've brought men, women, and children to Brandenburg. I can't remember the numbers, but there were many, perhaps even 100, none of whom were ever seen or heard from again. Tonight the Baron invited me and my men down to the wine cellar to celebrate our work. I had my suspicions as we descended the stairs, but he insisted and joined us in a toast. The wine tasted fine, and my men drank without restraint. So begins the punishment for our sins. The Baron has locked us up and returned upstairs. Forgive me for what I have done. I was weak and fell into his diabolic ways. My men are screaming. Their skin has been pierced by their own tangled bones. I feel my insides revolt against their God-given nature. Blood has begun to pour from my eyes, and I can no longer. Okay. Seems there's one more place. It's not real. No, I thought that would bring up my sanity.
Darkness. Closing in.
Time to leave. Whew. that, jeez. Okay. I believe I have to go in here and fix, not fix, but make the solution. Come on, put it down. Come on. Pot of acid. Time for some physical puzzles. Physical puzzles are awesome. Whoa. Running out of oil. I wonder if that tank thing has any more oil in it. Alright, water level, here we come. This level was not fun when I tested this out. I hated it.
It sure is dark in here.
Yes, and there's a good reason for it. But you can light the lamp now if you wish.
What's the reason? For the darkness, that is.
Stay close. Be careful not to stray.
What's the reason? Why is it so dark?
Pay attention, Daniel. It's important that you keep going straight and make sure not to stray.
Because there are monsters, Daniel. Okay, my sanity's pretty good.
June 1839. It's been more than a month since my last entry. After the event inside the underground chamber in Algeria, Professor Herbert insisted I return to England. He said he didn't want to risk forfeiting the entire expedition lest I took a turn for the worse. An excessive decision, in retrospect. But I'm glad it turned out that way. I found my journal this morning in the haphazard collection of things brought home from Africa. Next to it lay the broken stone orb wrapped in cloth. I tried to assemble it, but couldn't. The pieces wouldn't fit together, as if they weren't from the same object. Could I have imagined it all? Was there ever a complete orb?
Quite a predicament you got yourself there. Such a stupid thing. Actually, well, if I'm going down there, I might as well use this. Oh. Here we go. Sound. This is not fun. Come on. Ah, God, he got me. Come on. No. Jump. Go get the arm. Go on. Why aren't you going towards them? No, wrong way. Come on. Oh, I'm gonna be so happy when I get through this. Come on. Come on. Thank God. See how much oil do I have left? I have barely. And I've got 2 oil thingies. First, let's look at this baby head sprouting water on top of the lower part of the. Oh, that sounds full peaceful here, but it's not. Around a little bit. I'm not just gonna go willy-nilly. Let's see. Okay. Guessing we have to go this way first.
You have an ascending room. Will it take us to the inner sanctum?
It will definitely take care of the vertical part of our journey. So, you have ridden an elevator before?
Yes, the Colosseum at Regent's Park has one. It takes you to the gallery where you can view the panorama.
Good. This ride might be a little longer, and in the other direction.
course it is. We have to go even further underground. Do we have to I think might have to instantly go this way. Nope. You know what, I'm gonna go look upstairs first, because I think I remember what that place is. Let's go check out the study. This doesn't look like a study. A study is like one room. Huh. Tiny room. To my most trusted student and friend, Johann Weyer, the most remarkable thing happened as I was traveling through the Prussian woods this morning. I finally found one of the orbs I have been looking for the last 20-odd years. It is as inexplicable as the Helidromus described it in the Hortus Conclusus. It was as it was told about an underground Mithraic temple crowned with the unearthly artifact. The orb was big enough to fill my cupped hands, and the texture was smooth and jagged. Its color washed while rich. Contrast is not enough to describe its nature. It was an impossibility, an artificial paradox captured within stone. I was staying in a nearby village called Altstadt, investigating one of the antiquated trails, when I finally found the cavern. I went inside, and suddenly I could verify the truth of these enigmatic artifacts. They were real. As you can understand, this is the most important discovery of my life, but it has also become my greatest fear. As I entered the underground chamber, I could feel that I was trespassing. Because of my curiosity, I did my best to fight these instincts and fetch the orb from this place. I scrambled out of the chamber and into the woods. I could sense something was following me. It bayed loudly as it closed in. The beast, this guardian of the orb, was relentless in its pursuit. I made my way to a nearby ravine where I stumbled upon some men fishing in the lake. I tried to warn them as I passed, but fortunately they remained as I continued my escape. When I heard their cry of pain echo through the valley, I felt such a tremendous sense of relief, thinking I would be spared. Suddenly, a blue shimmering light engulfed me, and the colors of the forest were washed away before my eyes. I kept running through the bleak surroundings. The trees had turned charcoal black with leaves of cinder, the ground covered in murky water. I pressed on through the drenched land as the glowing ember gave way to the rising wind and rained on me. I could hear pleading screams in the distance, and I joined in pain as fear took over me. I fell to the ground, gasping for air. This certainly must sound strange, but I had been carried miles away across the Alps to a grassy field outside Genoa. The guardian had taken the orb from me, but still, until this day, I fear its return. Sometimes I lay awake at night listening for the howling cry I heard in the forest. It has been nearly a decade since that day, and I still haven't been able to write about the incident. Last time we spoke, you told me about your interest in ongoing research into the mythic orbs, and I realized I owed you the truth about my visit to Altstadt. Friend and mentor, Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. Oh, had to adjust my headphones. What is that sound? Canis lupus familiaris. 1658, April 12th. After a short study, it is clear that the agitation found among humans can be found in the dog. Fear and pain-induced stress, which seems to trigger an endogenous response, causing the animal to burst with energy. I believe that the catalyst is produced in the brain. It is difficult to determine exactly where and what it is, but I can sense it. It reeks of cosmic genesis. There is an inherent problem in harvesting this energy, since the creature is bound to die from the exercise. I must refine this process of torture to enable any real work to be done. More experiments must be performed, but it seems that only human beings are able to produce the amount necessary. It might be their ability to appreciate the severity of the process that ultimately augments their experience of terror. That's a dead bird. There is something going on over there. That way. Oh look! It's Alexander. 1658, January 9th. Further disappointment, the antiquarian's latest findings yielded nothing. I'm still unable to grasp the inner workings of life and its relation to the power I sense within it. I shall pursue more books on the subject, but I suspect it will be in vain. Since no research has been made in my particular interest, I must attempt to fill that void myself. Clearly, humans emanate more of the energy I seek, but I hope animals will suffice, as they would prove less of a hassle to acquire. And the painting is going to be different now. What are you doing? Dust! Ugh. Oh, these. I'd need dynamite for this, don't I? I remember that much. I need something. Let's throw a chair out the window. Oh, well, it didn't go out. Emergency decelerator. When will it be my turn? Have I not shown restraint? My patience spans centuries. From where I come, mankind has not even wasted a breath. Yet I bow to you. I have done so much for you, and I have gained nothing in return. Agrippa, I trusted you. It was I who, in all fairness, should have entered the gate. What is going on over there? Sounds like somebody's being tortured. That was a bad joke. If the elevator breaks down again, make sure to use the steam engine to build up pressure before channeling it into the machinery. Adjust the levels to get the right amount of pressure inside the chamber. The meter should read up 8 and down 8. Make sure the flow is set accordingly to the following chart. Trinity steam set functions. 4-phase amplitude. Complete steam flow cycle. Note that the machine will not check proper configuration until all rods are inserted. So I was supposed to come up here, but not really. Not exactly at this time, but Okay, this one opens. Gotta go back through the window. Ah. Oh boy. Come on. Okay. They're almost there. There. Almost there, come on. A little bit more. Alright. And out of here. Back to the nice, calm sounding music. And now we're leaving immediately to go to the guest room.
My journal is gone. What would they want with my journal?
I don't know, maybe something in your research that you found that maybe they want and you don't even know that you had. I don't know, I'm spitballing here. Anything on the bottom? Nope. Could there even be anything in here?
July 2nd, 1839. I received a letter today from the Algerian governor's office disclosing the fate of Herbert's expedition. About a week after my departure, Abdullah, one of the men traveling with us, returned from the desert. He was badly injured, as if maimed by a lion. The man rambled deliriously about the expedition being attacked by something horrible. The French quickly dispatched a search party to look for the expedition. After searching for days, they found the camp abandoned without any trace of Herbert or his men. Tomorrow, I'll retrieve the things they recovered from Herbert's tent at the customs house. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm worried for him.
Seems they were attacked by some sort of guardian, maybe. Maybe they took something. There be anything in here? Since it's this way. Probably not. Come on. Is it stuck? It's weird. Come on.
The key. Please, let it be here. July 3rd, 1839. Today I picked up Herbert's things at the customs house. I dug through the trove of documents he had carried and found a log detailing the expedition. The nature of this text ranged from quick notes to colourful accounts of transpired events. I skimmed the pages, trying to figure out what might have happened. May 17th, the day I was trapped inside the orb chamber, Herbert dryly states, "Recovered Daniel after 1 hour of entrapment." This confused me greatly. I was suffocating within minutes. How could I have lasted an hour? I continued reading the peculiar text. Herbert states his facts without judgment or passion, but suddenly I could read frustration into his text. He pushed his men to investigate the underground tomb, an effort which seems to have strained the minds of his men. Madness spread through the ranks, and Herbert had to take some extreme measures to continue. He finally visits the chamber himself, where he retrieves the orb to the surface. His account confuses me greatly. If he has the orb, what are those pieces in my drawing room?
I don't know. Oh. Come on, close it. Or do I just have to... Oh, okay. This is weird.
Thank God, there it is. I guess it is a good place to hide it then.
Key. Oh. Well, I wouldn't have been able to go down there. Ah. Probably gonna be doing a lot of that sometime. So you got a lockpick still, or at least a hollow needle that I used. Another rod, or a rod. I just got a crowbar in here, and the key. Probably need to go investigate that other room downstairs. Blood, and there's a torso there. Oh. I remember seeing storage. Not playing it, but seeing videos. This is not gonna be fun. Okay, so this is the dynamite one. Dang it, I did it again. See how much oil, not gas. Okay, I used the crowbar. Well, I used it, but it's gone now. Oh. We're having fun now. Yes, there is someone here, but you're a monster using someone else's voice. I assume, anyway. Shush. I have 17 tinder boxes. Let's see. What do I need the drill for? Oh no. Not the internet quality. Alexander, I prepared the explosives you need for clearing the flood drain. I can't stress enough how important it is that the mixture is handled with care. Please try to tell your feather-brained servants this before you go ahead with your plans. The liquids are not by themselves explosive and should be kept separate to avoid further mishaps. I have arranged 2 large vats in the next room for the ingredients. All you need to do is to mix the liquids and you're ready to go. Alright, well, that explains the drill. In here? Shut up, you're not real. Very quiet because I'm very terrified. understand. How do I ignite it? Dang. I can't move that? Okay. Okay, just need to hit it and then run away. Yeah, that won't attract any more monsters. No siree. They'll just stay where they are. Oh, I'm out of oil things for once.
Why are you doing this? Get away from me!
No. 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 Just no. I need to save my oil, but I can't. Ah. Don't. Why did I touch it? Come on. Full set of through rods is full set of through rods not available. There is one rod in the inner study rooms which might work in case the elevator breaks down again. When it's absolutely necessary, always use spare rods in storage before using a mended one. I read that fastly because I'm so terrified. I need to get out of here. I got no more oil thingies. Why is this happening to me? It's always right there. This is ridiculous. Why? different music. I found it is spraying blood now.
Don't forget your bag, Daniel.
I won't, Herbert.
There is no shame in using a parasol in the desert. As it happens, it's imperative to your survival.
But it looks ridiculous.
The shade will hurt much less than dying, I assure you.
There is a dead, naked man in this pool of blood. What a great description. Can there be more oil in this engine room? This machine room?
July, 1839. Today, I went to the university looking for answers. I was able to sneak into Herbert's office and pick up an address book along with some relevant textbooks. Professor Taylor at the Faculty of History was very helpful, and I managed to approach the subject of the orbs. The most interesting aspect was the prevalent trace they had left in our culture. The mythic orbs may, in fact, have inspired the globus cruciger, which so many royal regalia holds to this day. In ancient times, the orbs were held by priests as a symbol of the sun and its power. As I was leaving, I overheard a disturbing conversation. Sir William Smith, the geologist, was killed last night. Less than a fortnight had passed since I'd asked for his expertise. I know it's silly, but I can't help feeling responsible somehow.
Out of oil. Note that there are only 2 spare rods left in the storage for the elevator machinery. Make sure to only discard the ones which are badly damaged and keep the others in the inner study rooms in case all 3 would crack again. Nope. Dang it.
14th of July, 1839. I've read every book I can find on the subject. While rich in legend and hearsay, my knowledge is lack for the insight I crave. I've sent letters to many in Herbert's address book and received answers of varying importance. Today, I got one which differed greatly from the others. From a baron in Prussia. He said nothing about the quaint stories of priests in underground temples. He didn't even mention them. He simply wrote, "I know. I can protect you. Come to Brennenburg Castle." Signed, Alexander. What am I to make of this? Protect me from what? Is someone after me? I looked up Brennenburg and traced it to the Prussian woods near the Baltic Sea. While being the least informative letter I've received, it causes me greatest distress and interest. As I write, my thoughts are drawn to my nightmares in which a most disturbing sound calls to me. A sound defying description. A voice from the void. The last few weeks have been awful, with so many sleepless nights dreading a repeat of those horrid dreams. Tomorrow, I shall visit my physician, Dr. Tate, in hope that he can provide me with sedatives to help me sleep.
Alright. Look for... There we go. You better. Great. I knew it. Right, gonna look for cogs. Picked up one. Dang it. I don't even know what this is. Is it in like one of my notes? Oh wait, I saw something. Up 8 and down 8. Let's see. 1, 2. Let's see, 1, 2, no. Let's see. Three, 2. Oh, dang it. Needs more work. Oh yeah, I forgot. Wait. Is there one in here? Doesn't look like it. See how much? Okay. Still got a lot of oil left. There it is. It's a good thing that I don't have stamina. Or a stamina bar. Now I can leave. Please let there not be some sort of monster that appears out of nowhere. I need to escape from. Stop. Not going back. How's my sanity doing? Well, that was something. The shadow is some vengeful spirit as the universe catching up. Alright, so I feel like this is a good ending point from here. Just save. So you want to exit menu? Yes, I do. Yes, I'm sure. Let's see. What is this? These are all autosaves. Would that be this? 2013. I'll have to figure it out. Anyway, that's it for now. Thinking about streaming something else later. I have an idea what it might be. Alright, goodbye. Bye, everyone.